Hey Devon, it's Chris over at LexisNexis. I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough on how to navigate back and forth between Lexis Advance and Lexis Practice Advisor. Look for your email today. That's going to be a welcome email that will have login information for the trial ID. It'll ask you a few preference questions, including if you want to change the temporary ID that we give you. You can simply just retype that ID in those boxes if you don't want to change it, or you can customize it to whatever you need, and then it will force you to change the password. Once you get through the preference questions, it's going to ask you if you want to start with research or if you want to start with Lexis Practice Advisor. You can decide either way, and that'll be your default landing page. If you choose research, it's going to drop you onto Lexis Advance, which you've seen in law school, with the exception of this Explore Content tab. This is brand new. Allows you to directly go to jurisdictional levels or practice area information, meaning if you wanted to go to, say, labor and employment to do some of that general counsel work, you could click on labor and employment. It would take you to all the cases, statutes, codes, secondary sources that we have that relate to that area. So that's how you navigate through there. I'm confident you have enough experience with Lexis Advance to not go into too much detail. The other platform that you probably have not been exposed to is Lexis Practice Advisor. The pricing proposal that I just sent you includes unlimited access to the corporate counsel module of that. How you get to it is do the drop down next to research. About 2/3 of the way down, you'll see Lexis Practice Advisor. Click on that. It's going to change Lexis Advance over to Lexis Practice Advisor. Typically, you can run searches in here, but most folks are using the topics and subtopics, meaning you go into any of these categories. We've got contract boilerplate information. We have some of that labor and employment stuff here. If you wanted to go in, say, discharge, you're going to click on that. What you're going to get is an overview. It's written by an outside counsel firm that gets you quickly up to speed on the practice area. You're going to have access to forms, practice notes, articles, secondary materials. This is the beauty of this thing, is included in this are all the sections from our Matthew Bender treatises that relate to the practice topic that you're on. So what we do is actually just give you that exact section rather than subscribing to the entire thing. So that should help there. And then the forms themselves, what you're going to see is these will be interactive forms. Say you're looking for a severance agreement, you'll click into the form. You're going to be able to just edit these fields just like that. Also, some of these will have alternate clauses and drafting notes that will go down into the body of the form. Just depends on what the form happens to be about. So that's the overview of that in a nutshell. You can always go back to the main menu just by clicking on Lexis Practice Advisor there. If you wanted to go into, say, compliance and risk, that's available. Here's any IP information that we would have. Again, snapshot, forms, practice notes. If you want to go into forms here, this happens to be a chart for types of IP comparison as a different sample offering.